Okay, let's take a look here at number 40 from section 2.3, and it tells us that little a is 35 and little b is 27, and part A says sketch the right triangle described, and then B says solve the triangle. Okay, so the good thing is that we know that this is a right triangle. So let me start here and draw a right triangle. And remember that our right angle is C, and I'm just going to label this A and this B. And then I want to look at my sides, right? This is B, this is C, and this is A. Okay, so I know that A is 35 and B is 27, right? And since I need to, so that's basically part A. I have sketched my right triangle described. And so for part B, I want to solve the triangle. So remember that you should make your little box with angle A, angle B, angle C. Oops. And then little a, little b, and little c for your sides. And I know that little b is 27, and little a is 35, and I know that angle c is 90 degrees, right? So this is what's been given to me. And I'm going to mark that. Okay, so what do I want to find first? Well, I should probably find angle A, right? I could find side C right now, but I want to focus on my inverse trig functions. So let's find angle A. So I know that I have the opposite over the adjacent, right? And so I can set that up by saying, well, I know that tan of A is equal to 35 over 27, right? Opposite over adjacent. Now to solve, I take the tan inverse of both sides. Okay, and so I want inverse tan of 35 divided by 27, and that gives me 52.35 degrees. So I know that A is equal to 52.35 degrees. Okay, now from there, let me just find B using just using the fact that the sum of the angles in a triangle are 180 and that A and B are complementary. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to check my answers with the given data, right? Because I can do inverse tangent of B. So I could do 90 minus 52.35, and I get that angle B is 37.65. Okay, and I could check my answer this way, right? Because now I can say tangent of B is opposite over adjacent, and so that's 27 over 35. And let me tan inverse both sides. Okay, so inverse tan of 27 divided by 35 is also 37.65. Okay, so that also tells me that tangent is 37.65. Or sorry, it tells me that B rather is 37.65. Okay, and now last but not least, we're going to find side C, and for that I would just use the Pythagorean theorem, right? And so let me mark this off here. We know that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Well, we have 35 squared plus 27 squared equals c squared. So what is that? 35 squared plus 27 squared. That's 1954. So I know that c squared is 1954, or c is equal to the square root of 1954. So let me do that. So I can do second and then x squared for square root, and then I can use second and then the minus sign for answer. That takes my last answer, which is 1954, and I square root that, and I get 40.2, rounded to 2 decimal places. So let me put that in red. Did I say 40.2? 44.2. And so this is equal to 44.2. Okay, so now you have the inverse trig functions that can help you solve for angles. okay? You still have the Pythagorean theorem to use, and the fact that the sum of the angles in a triangle is 180.